Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved Expert Mode here on the FTOG server. Now, between episodes, I did a few things. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to apologize to the last two episodes, one on the Infinity and one on Vivo's Tech Pack. I had a sound glitch in each one of them, and that's when you hear I know it's loud, and I apologize that it happened. It's like a I don't know how to describe it. It's a loud sound, and I do not know where it comes from. Usually, when I catch them, I cut them out, but apparently in those two episodes, I missed one in each, and that hurt you guys' ears a little bit. Again, I apologize for that, and I will work on redoing my sound setup here over the next few weeks. I want to get a new mic and a preamp mixer thingamajiggy, and just trying to get also some more noise cancellation in my room here to just improve on my audio quality. And hopefully until then I will catch these little glitches. And but if it happens, I apologize, guys. I'm not doing it on purpose. But now let's get back to the episode. I did a few things between episodes. I set up a little auto disenchanter thingamajiggy over here with just input, output, and I have two ender tanks ready for when we actually set up a mob farm for get mob essence. But we don't have that yet, so nothing special. You know, there's just an input, pushes into the auto enchanter, that guy pulls out and then pushes into the disenchanter, and the disenchanter pushes the results out into this item buffer. So if I have anything that I find in my ME system, instead of destroying it, I disenchant it and I get the books, which I put over here. The other thing is, yes, I brought the Ender IO machines over. We didn't have those last time. I set them up just like over here. I just ran power, and these are input and output. Input to this output. And the painting machine and the slice and splice don't have anything because I barely use them. And over here, I brought the carpenter and the thermionic fabricator because I needed to make some circuits and electron tubes. So these are here also. And I just noticed I need to put a block underneath here, but unfortunately, when you paint balsa wood, the facade with balsa wood, you get this red exclamation point. On your hotbar, it looks fine, but when you put it down, it's giving you an error with missing texture because it wants to use the larch. For some reason, the forestry woods are messed up. And the other thing I did is I started using my dimlets. I ran an ME cable, you guys see, from my regular network, blue, and it comes up here. And it is set up to export unknown dimlets into this dimlet researcher. Very simple to make. You just need the machine frame, the resonant one. And that researches that. And then I have a second ME network now. Now that I have the crystal wrench, you guys are going to see I also have a new ME system over at the bees. You're going to see them pop everywhere now because it's cheap to make. We just needed that wrench. Anyway, this guy just imports whatever research dimlets come into this here. And here is 10 4K, and the last one is already at 37. I did about 8,000 dimlets overnight. That's everything I had in the storage drawer because I've been voiding them for a couple months now, since I made that Enderman farm on stream one time. But anyway, and these are all the dimlets that we researched. And I'm really, really excited to show you guys that I even have 3 rarity 6 dimlets, which is really good. That's the highest rarity. This one here, absorption 3, I'm not really too excited about that one. We might be able to take it apart or something. This one I'm super excited about because it's a rarity 6 liquid. So we could take that apart and make ourselves a UU matter world, which we might do in the future. We'll see. And otherwise, this one is super awesome here. Check this out. Draconium ore. Now, it costs a lot of power. So we're a little bit off on being able to sustain one of these. But it's going to be definitely nice to have unlimited draconium ore because we're going to need a lot from what I've seen. Let's actually see here. Efficiency. I have 2 efficiency, rarity 5, and these. So we can reduce the power usage of our worlds with these already. And I'm sure I'm going to somehow crank up our dimlet research because I want to keep these going. Now over here, I have a screen controller that I hooked up to this thing over here. Okay? Because I wanted to see from over here how much power the reactor has. not the reactor, the capacitor bank next to it. All you do is you make an energy plus module, not the regular energy. The regular energy has only like 16 block range or something, but the plus you can go very far. I don't know if you could even go maybe cross dimensions. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But anyway, and just I have two texts up here. They are empty, just so it moves down 2 lines. I didn't want it to be squished up here. And it's just so I can see, all right, we're, if we ever run out of power or something. And that is it for here. And the other thing I did is one down. And I set up the rolling machines over here. Again, I ran this wire right here. So I got another 32 channels this way for this side of the room, right? The 30 over here, which is this one, 29 of 32 channels are used up over here. And then I can, set up the IC2 machines and so on this side. But for now, I have the 5 rolling machines. 4 of them have nothing in them. The only one has this one right here. We make an iron plates automatically. You just leave the last one in here. You gotta have a separate rolling machine for every pattern, unfortunately. That's just how it works because it always keeps the last one in here. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And we'll need those later because we're gonna set up a bunch of tanks today. And I needed to do it this way because this is 10 channels. So there is 4 over here and there should be 6 over here. Okay. And I added, like I mentioned last time that I will, 2 more fluid transposers here. All right. One that is filled with water and one that is filled with lava. So if I need any of those, it automatically comes. And I put my ender tank input on top of this reservoir, which I'm already using upstairs on that carpenter that you guys saw. And over here, you guys see, I got rid of the wires in the front. I was not happy about it. And I actually did change it to the way I mentioned that it is possible. Let me go break this up here real quick so I can show you. You guys see there's an interface right there. And how it all works is, you guys see, there is item conduits. So underneath the machines is now, all these fluid transposers are set to automatically push out the finished product on the bottom. So these 4 and these 2 over here, they're all coming together right there, and they're going into the interface. So this is my return into the ME system. So I'm saving 5 channels because otherwise I could have not set it up with what I have. And that's how we have 29 used channels over here now. So it works. I should probably put some... it doesn't bother me. It is a workshop. Okay, so what are we going to do here first today? And that is run ME cables over here. But before we get going with that, I wanted to take a minute and really explain peer-to-peer, P2P, tunneling from applied energistics, because there's people that are having problems understanding it, and I get it, I really do, because it can be a little bit confusing is how to set it up, but it is very simple. And like I said, I want to take a minute and show you guys here because it's gonna be easier to explain. Now, P2P means I can send 32 channels long distance without having to use these guys right here, the expensive dense cables, right? Because, well, it is getting pricey, especially if, I got to run all the way over into the factory and then around in there and so on. So how it works is you have a cable in the middle. And think about this as an extension cord, okay? And on each side of this cable, you put a P2P tunnel, ME, like this. So that is the in-between, all right? And now what we can do over here is have our 32 dense cables. You need to have a dense cable in the beginning to actually allow for 32 channels. If I use a regular cable here, I will only have access to 8. You can still use this if you only want to send 8. But then it doesn't make any sense to make it P2P, right? So, and then on the other side, we can have any kind of system. And I'm just going to use a crafting table here for demonstration purposes. Now, right now, nothing will work because P2P tunnels only transmit data, but not power. Okay, so I could have an energy acceptor over here, for example, powering this network, and it would work. But there's an easier way, and that is you use quartz fiber cables. It's very important that you use quartz fiber because quartz fiber only transmit power and not data. So we're going to put one Right there, each one of these. And then we bridge it. I like to stay with white because these quartz fibers are white. So I know, hey, this is for power. And now, connect these. I think it's going to work. Yeah, there we go. So now power comes over to here. You don't want to run a blue cable because otherwise it's going to use these channels, right? You need to have the quartz fiber in between, so no power. So now we're sending data straight through the peer-to-peer tunnels, and power we're just bridging over like this. All right, and then you take a memory card and you shift right-click the input, this guy right here. Now you see on the bottom left, successfully saved settings. And now we go over here and right-click it, successfully loading settings. And both of these show online now. And when we open this right here, we see our ME inventory. So that is P2P tunnel. And you see right here, I'm using 1 of 8 channels because here I have an 8-channel cable. And over here, I'm using 1 channel. If I add, let's do this for demonstration purposes. Let's add, well, let's just put 3 crafting terminals. Why not? Doesn't matter. This right here is going to jump to, come on, 3 channels. Because I got 3 devices over here. And I just take my word for it, I could add 32 devices over here if I had a dense cable, of course. And then it would transmit 32 channels over a regular smart cable. Or you can also just use, you know, the regular cables. You don't need to smart, but I am not going to use anything but smart cables. So let me go ahead and take this down, and then we're going to set it up for real quick. Okay, so now I took all this down, and we're actually going to set this up for real. You guys see I have a smart cable going up into the ceiling, coming down right here. And I'll show you where it goes in a second. How's that? Let's hook up this end over here first. So, just like I said, build the extension cord. Oop, that's a light. That's not a tunnel. Tunnel is right here. We put the extension cord, so the plug, it's easiest for me to remember it this way, right there. And then I'm hooking up a blue 32 cable, dense cable right here. Okay, so that's all I need is just, now I have 32 cables available on the other end, or 32 channels. Now, I still need to get power in here. I could cross it over, you know, like the way we did over here. But the easiest way right here is, because I have a cable right here, I'm just going to use a quartz fiber right here. Bam. That's it. Now this is powered. It does not going to mix up. It doesn't care what color this is. It only sucking the power out of it. So that is that. And now let me show you down here. Yeah, nothing changed here. In the basement, this is where that cable comes down. I need to play a little trickery over here. It comes over right here, and then it runs down the tunnel here all the way to the factory and on the other side of the factory. Okay, and I'll show you guys what that looks like from the top now. I added 2 doors here on the side, so I have an easier time getting in and out. Okay, it's gonna be mostly like this, but I wanted to make sure I have a way in. So here is one of them coming up, and there the other one. Now you can have multiple P2P outlets, okay, destinations, but only 1 input. So now here we got to build the extension cord, the other side, there's the other plug, right? Now here we need to do how am I going to do that? Let's do it on this side, and I'm going to close this off. So it is concrete, like that. Actually, let me put this one lower. I like that better. So let's put the tunnel down here, right there. And we're going to come over with the quartz fiber right there. And let's put the other one right there. Okay. And this is where I will put my crafting terminal. I did not want to put them into the wall. I don't want to put anything into the walls. This is a factory floor. I want to see stuff happening here. And now we can put the other quartz fiber right there. And we run our white cable, bada bing, bada bang. So now we get power. And now I totally forgot that we still need to set the input. I don't think I did that. Come here. Shift, right click. Now this is set. And you can, some people leave the memory card of where it is and so on. I won't do that. I know where my cables are going to go. And now just right click right here and it loaded. You see even the color changed. a little bit because it's now has power. And if we go here, it even, now it says device online. And bam, we got access to our ME system. Now, if I need machines down here with ME, you know, after these two, I still have 30 channels available in this tunnel down here, right? But let's set up the other one real quick. So we got them both out of the way, and then we'll dress it up. And I'm gonna do the same I did here. That. Now let's put the tunnel again. And I don't need to run back. I can just use the memory card now and right-click it already. It loaded it. Put power here. Put my two cables. Power and the white cable to connect it. And I can put my crafting terminal there. And it should also work. Bam, there we go. Now I have access to my ME system of both sides of the floor. All right, all this started, just to give you an idea, is I was thinking of doing wireless, okay? And if you check the map, okay, if I would have put the wireless terminal, the wireless thingy here, right? I need to make a huge range to reach it all the way over here. So I was thinking, if I put my wireless somewhere, I would put it into the middle of the factory, right there. You know, and then if I extend it by 4 chunks, I can come to here. 4 chunks to here. 4 chunks to here, right? And up there. So it would make more sense to put it here. And that is why I ran the cable in the first place. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want wireless yet. We're probably going to have it quite soon. But the problem with wireless is you cannot craft with wireless. Well, I'm in the factory. I want to be able to craft stuff. And this is why I can do it right here. Okay? And then I figured, let's make this, you know, factory looking. Careful. Electronics here. Might have another terminal here later. Let's do it. Oh, no. We don't like that. Now can I get this? Yes. Oh, I forgot. I always forget that you can't put these afterwards. You gotta close it first and then put the cable. So I'm just gonna have it like this, and I'm gonna do the same thing. So when you guys look at my character, do you see something wrong with it? Take a good look. I know, we're still in our beginning armor. It is really time for us to make new armor. Because I also got a little big building project planned. If you guys noticed on the map a few minutes ago, right over here, we're gonna have to build some stuff. And I said, you know what, I want to get almost creative flight, or I guess it is creative flight, it's just not the angel ring, but we can build the quantum suit. And that is what, it's a quantum suit, yes. And in order to do that, I prepared everything. I don't want to spend too much time on this, the crafting. We're going to make the nanosuit helmet first. The night vision goggles was the hardest part of this here. The rest is all really easy to make. And the chest and the booties. And now we're going to update this. I made 29 iridium reinforced plates. And the way I did it is in the mass fabricator, right? That's the thing. No, in the replicator, that's the thing that makes you these. I disabled the input, and it had, how many buckets are in there? 16, something like that. And I just turned it on overnight, and it made me 29 of these iridium reinforced plates. So we have a couple more left, or I should say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 19 of them. And I'm sure they're going to come in handy eventually. But let's go ahead and make the quantum suit helmet. Ooh, achievement get high-tech wonder. Oh yeah. We're gonna make the chestplate, this jetpack I had all the way from the beginning, if you guys remember. And we're gonna make the legs and also the boots. Like that. So now, my problem is I need to power this. And I'm gonna go over to the reactor. But in order to make all these things, guys, all the parts, I spend a lot of time over in the spawn base because that's where all my industrial craft machines are. And that is what we're going to do here in a minute. We're going to change it so I can set up the machines here. The problem is I don't have any power here yet, right? But all the machines are here. All the machines from spawn that I took down, all the EU, and I also took down the igneous extruder and the glacier precipitator. I don't know where I'm going to put those yet, but I definitely want to set them up. But right now, I'm going to go over to the reactor. And we are going to charge it right here. This is where we have most of the power. And I guess I gotta do them one by one, which is gonna take forever. Because this guy holds 10 million 10 million, 10 million, 10 million. So let me go ahead and charge these up, and then we'll try it out and give it a spin. Oh, check it out. I love the look. I love it. But I found one thing out, guys. I was playing around with the key bindings, and this suit, well, we can fly, right? And this is the hover mode. It is not creative hover, which is, I think, it's almost unacceptable for a suit this expensive, this end game, to not have real creative hover is ridiculous. I don't know what to say. It's bonkers. And on top of that, I mean, it's a nice building suit. That's why I wanted. And also, I guess it almost makes you invincible. I guess nothing can really hurt you and stuff. But I still think that is ridiculous. That this suit does not have creative hover. Whoa. But apparently we're lightning fast if we run. Nice. So check it out. The industrial craft machines that I'm going to set up inside are going to need power. And I'm going to stay true to my goal in this series to not use, RF to EU or EU to RF via, for example, the immersive engineering cables. So I'm going to need to get the EU power from there to here somehow. Until I have, maybe a couple of solar panels or something made, and then I can actually just, add those to the network. And the way I figured is we're going to use a train or a railcarts to bring us the power over. You guys have probably seen that already in my bags. All this stuff. Now, the problem is, this is the second time I'm setting this up. Now, the first time I set it up with locomotives. Because, well, locomotives are cool. But the problem is that when I set the energy loader and unloaders up, okay, and set them to, check if the MFE card is full. If it's full up there, go send it off. And over here, I said if it's empty, go send it off. The problem was that when the steam locomotive came through, it triggered it. The energy loader and unloader checked the locomotives for some reason, if they have energy or not, and sent it off. So it never stopped to load or unload. So now, what we're going to use is simply just 2 MFE cards, and I changed all the tracks to regular vanilla Minecraft tracks and booster tracks. And I figured we're going to set this up because I really haven't shown trains, or I should say railcarts, very much in the series, besides on my live streams. That's where we've been using them a lot. And down here, I simply have a glass fiber cable going into the house. And on top of this, we're going to set 2 energy unloaders. This plug-looking, outlet-looking symbol is where you want to have it point. So we have one right there, and the other one here. And I'm using 2 because then you're going to twice as fast load and unload, right? But this one here, I'm going to set to gray. It will not output a redstone signal, okay? This one here, I'm going to say wait till empty. When the card is here and it's empty, this one will trigger a redstone signal, which goes to this boarding track. I think that's what this is. The one that you can wrench. And I have it set to, let's see, boarding mode facing that way. So when it goes, this will get a redstone signal, goes around, and then follows the track all the way. But I want to have 2 rail carts here, because when this one is empty and goes to charge, it's going to take a long time until it's full. I want to have a second one ready to go right in here. And by that time, this one is empty. The second one over there should be full and on its way back. And the way we're going to do that is with signals. So we're going to put a signal right here and right there. And then you're going to use the signal block surveyor and just right click this one and that one. And now this became a signal area. So if there's any cart between this track and this track, this is going to turn red. And we want to bring that over to this holding track right here. I actually want to put that in the middle here. And we're going to use one of these signal receiver boxes right there. And then we're going to use this guy, the signal tuner, and just right click one of these block signals and tie it to here. You're going to see it turned green. Because these signals are green, there's nothing on the track. So this now powers this. You see, this has a redstone signal now. And we're going to do the same spiel. Ooh, this is so fast. Right here. But the difference is that here we're going to use 2 energy loaders. I already pulled an MFSU here and ran the cable right out from the reactor room to here. So this one is actually shorter than over here. So this one should get energy before anything else. And here we're going to put a loader and another loader. And here I'm going to do the same thing. Here I'm going to say, you gray, I don't care. And this guy here, we're going to set to top off. So it will not give a redstone signal until the MFE card that's going to be here is full. And we're going to set a signal right there. And right here. Tie it together. What? Oh, it was just a little lag spike there. So these are tied together. And then, where did I put this guy? Right there. We're going to put another controller box. So if one is getting charged and the other one is already coming back, it will stop here first. You know, I want to make sure that they don't run into each other or something. And we're going to tie this signal to that signal. And that is it. It gets filled, goes around, empties. If there's RV1 in the station, it's going to wait right here, and so on. And we can test this now by putting... Let's put this guy right there and push it off. And then shortly after, I'm going to need to give this a second. We're going to put the second one and push this one also. And now we can wait for this one. It's just going to go through there because, you know, it's empty. So this guy sent it right away off. Man, I wish this had creative hover. But it's better than the other jetpack for sure. It also lasts a lot longer. So now this guy is going to go right over this because there's the signal is green. And it's going to stop right there. What? What? What is happening? Hold on. Let me put one here and one there. Now it stopped. I forgot about that, guys. Sorry. The problem is these guys cannot charge an MFE card. It could only charge a bat box because it's the lowest power, I guess, okay? And you need to put a transformer upgrade into them. So now we have a rate of 512, which is an MFE. MFE has a rate of 512. There usually is MFSU cards, but not in this pack for some reason. And those would then require a second one, the 2048, all right? So this guy is not going to charge. It's going to take quite a while to get 4 million. And I'm going to come down here, and we need to do the same right here in these two. Put a transformer upgrade in this one and a transformer upgrade into that one. And now I'm going to go ahead and wait a second or 2-3 minutes, I should say, until this card is full. And when it takes off, we'll check if this one comes in here, charges, and if this one stops over there to unload. All right, this is almost done. I want to see it take off. There we go. It's full, it's taken off, and this guy comes into the station and stops, and now also gets charged. And now we're just going to make sure that it is working on this end. Excuse me, coming through. There, there's a screen, so it's going to go, and this should stop right there. Awesome. Oh, that was just a little hiccup there. And it is unloading. Awesome. Now let me show you guys. I think I just said awesome 3 times. Sorry about that. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Let's see here. Upstairs, like I'm coming out in the basement right there, just going up through the subfloor, coming through here. Don't think I'm gonna have a U here. Don't think so. So I'm just coming through, and then here I have the MFSU, and that is the one that I'm gonna, you know, use in here to charge my quantum suit and so on. And you see it is charging, not very fast, but that is all I got right now, and then it goes up through the subfloor, and it's right there. And I got all this ready to set up machines. But I'm gonna do that between episodes. You know, we set all these up before. I'm not exactly sure yet how I want to set these up and so on. I want to take my time with that, but I wanted to show you guys the next project that I'm gonna work on. And for that, I can order everything. Actually, I think I'm missing a pattern. Did I make a pattern? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure I have that. Oh, that was the wrong portal. My bad. Oh, yeah, it's a mess in here now. We're tearing everything out. Oh, come on. Go through this one. I wanted to show you first that Razgul brought me a nice gift over here. Check this out, a resonant cache with 16,000 Yellorium ingots. Which is awesome, because you guys know that I was quite low, so you must have seen my episode, and thank you very much, Raz. That was very nice. And then also, and I'm guessing it was him also, somebody left this right here, a reinforced cache with a bunch of cyanide up next to my ME system. It had, you know, over 17,000. I had about 300 or something in here so far, and so I brought it down here. So we're doing really good. I don't need to worry about any of this for a while, and we're chucking along with the power. But I wanted to show you guys what I have planned here. That's something I would like to do here towards the end of the episode now. And that is, I want to build 8 tanks over here. And that has to do with that I want to be ready here. So next episode, we're finally going to start processing some stuff in here. We're going to start setting up machinery in the factory. I want to really attack that because I got to get these bee products. I keep going over there and just picking up combs and, you know, processing them in the centrifuge by hand because I don't have any more room and so on and so on. It's really got to go. But here's what I have. Here, I want to have a tank for UU matter. I know it's overkill, but how cool would that be? Here, I want to have a tank for mob essence. These 2 back here are going to be unassigned. They're empty. I don't know what we're going to put into those yet. And the 4 over here are for fuel, oil, fruit juice, and seed oil. Because we're getting all this from the bees. Well, not the fuel, but we're getting oil from the bees. And of course, I'd like to start, you know, making fuel out of it. And then we're going to have, you know, pipes going into the factory and so on and so on. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. But of course, for that, we're going to have to start building some tanks now. And I set up everything for the iron tanks right here. And I automated this. So I'm going to go ahead and craft up a bunch of these. And we're going to go ahead and build these tanks. So I built the first tank right here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 7 by 8. And if you check... Oh, I gotta get... Where's my door? Here's my door. I gotta get more iron tank stuff anyway. Right now, I ordered a bunch. A lot of glass. I only have a few walls. They're cute for next, if you guys can see here. There's these, and then CPU. I'm gonna have another 704 of those coming. And so on. And I got to get these few valves right there. So, how this is going to work is, this is 7 by 7 by 8. You guys see this here, diameter, we can have 3 by 3, 5 by 5, 7 by 7, or 9 by 9. I decided to do the 7 by 7, but go with the max height of 8. I don't know how much this is going to hold. Let's see here real quick. If I close this, I didn't put the last one in here, and I right-click this. It's going to hold 6,272 buckets of whatever we put in here. That should be plenty. And I'm not letting it form, okay? Because the builder and architect table might have a problem with this being formed. So I just leave the last one out. And those are actually going to become valves. And the side valves and so on, I'm not putting in until I'm ready to hook each tank up. Because, you know, I might decide to go a different side or whatever. So I'm just going to wait for those until the end. So I put 2 landmarks right here and 1 up there, and then you right click this and it makes you that red frame around it. And it does everything including what's on the line. So if I had a block here, well, I put the architect table there, it would copy and build this block also. So it includes the lines, just as an FYI. So give me that back. So what we do here now is place the architect table. Oh, shift right click like that, and you guys see it becomes this now. And then I can break all these blocks right here. We don't need those. That one and the last one here. And I should have gotten all my... Hey, how you doing? You keeping me company here? And then we'll take the blueprint right here, and we're gonna name this here just tank, rotate. We can leave it on, excavate off, mode survival. If you set this to creative, it would do blocks that it can usually not do. I don't know. I'm guessing that if they're on the creative list, they're probably gonna cause you issues. So I wouldn't do that. And we're gonna put this blueprint in here, and it's gonna write it. And now we got this tank blueprint. And I'm just gonna leave this here for now. Now the important thing is that you put this exactly where it was. So that is 1, 2 out, and 1 over. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 1 over. And we're gonna place the builder block right here. Let me get this back. We're gonna put the blueprint in here. What? It's supposed to show me the blocks here. What? You cannot do Railcraft tanks? Alright, let's try this again with creative. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. Excavate, rotate. I did have a problem with this before. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't. I mean, those are really old blocks. It shouldn't have any problem with the tank. Creative only. That probably doesn't work. So we're gonna have to do something else. Alright, so I made a RF Tools builder, and these right here, the space chamber corner blocks, space chamber controller blocks. So what this cost me was 9 resonant machine frames, but that is fine by me. I just want to be able to use this for building. I think I should have made this a long time ago. And now let's see. Let me get my angel blocks out, because I'm not familiar yet exactly how these work. But we want to have the controller block right there. And let's get these right there. And put one right here. You gotta have these on all corners. Actually, I got hover, so why don't I do that? The one right here. One right there. So you guys can see. I actually don't know if I need to put this one higher or if it will include these right here. I guess we're gonna see in a second how this is gonna work. And if not, then I can just move them all up one. And down, of course, on the other one. Whoops. Need that back. And let's do the what? Right there, my friend. Here. And there. Alright, and now as far as I know is you right click. Shift right click. Do I need to wrench it? I don't remember exactly. Oh, actually no, we need something else here. Let's see, it's probably near this. Shape car. Is that it? I think we need a shape card. Let's see if we can make that real quick. You need to click it with something, and that we need to put into the builder. Let's see here. Let's make this guy. That looks pretty cheap. And right click, shift right click. You can only do this on a builder. All right. There is something. Let me find out real quick what I need to right click this controller with. Well, that was silly of me. It even has the name that we need. It's a what? Where'd it go now? Right here. A space chamber card. That thing we'll need. At least I'm pretty sure that's what we need. Let's put this back. This card we can use later to make a quarry, by the way. Which I'm gonna have to make here eventually, because we're gonna need a quarry. Even though I said I don't want to use a quarry, but for electrotine eventually. So now, shift right click. Card is set to channel 3. Awesome. And now let's see if I put the builder right there. And how does this work? Can I put you in here? Oh, look at that. Copy. That's what I want. Moving block makes sound. Entities are not moved, are moved. Support preview mode. Do a single run and stop. No, we're gonna keep running with redstone signal. There's my camera account up here because I was actually gonna do a time lapse of building these by hand, but I figured I want to do it with these machines. So let's put the tesseract down there. Receiving energy, so this guy is filling. What power are you getting anyway? Is this reactor? Yes, okay. And I'm gonna need a lever on this thing. Right there. So let's just see Why do you not show me the preview mode? All right, we are on the southwest corner, and this is the southwest corner. So that should be fine. And I actually... Do I need to put a chest on top? And that I need to put the items in? Let's see here. It's been a while since I used one of these. Let's get the golden chest. Put that here. And I'm gonna have to get more tank walls. Iron tank walls. Good, it's made me a few. Sure, give me all of these, not the nuggets. That should be good enough for now. So... do I need to pump that in? I am sure we're using the builder for this. Am I going crazy? Okay, attempt number 849. On the wiki it says I need to right-click this with a wrench first. Chamber successfully created. And then I need to... part is set to channel 3. Now I did that. Now let's put it back in here. Now are you gonna... ah, there we go. Now it shows it. So it actually... aha, so that means I need to put the builder one to the right. So it's pretty much starting from here. And this is where the builder needs to be. Alright, so, whoops. Put this back, because this needs to be copied. So let's take all this down. And this, and oop. Bada bing. Come on, stop breaking the world. So now we can put the builder here. And put this... oh, it kept the card. Alright, so now it looks like it's doing... ooh. What is happening? Why is this so low? What? It's missing something. So that tells me that we need to set this up differently. That tells me we need to set these up outside. Okay. So that means this guy needs to sit here. And this guy needs to sit here. So one up and out. Here. Here. And you need to sit right on top of this. Alright. I better never forget this again. You come to me right there. Here. We'll get this eventually. I guess by that time I would have been able to build this already by hand. But where's the fun in that if you can automate something? Alright, it's been successfully created. Shift right click this again on here. And now let's see. Are you the right height now? Yay, we did it! Awesome! Totally took 20 minutes. Okay, put this right here. And, of course, put the redstone on here. So now is this... I'm gonna guess that I just need to put this chest here. Whoa. What? That was weird. It's hard to place a chest. Alright, so let's put some of this stuff in here. And see what happens. Oh, look at that go. I guess it was worth doing that. If I ever need to make another tank, you know, bada bing, bada bang, and it's done. That is awesome, and I don't need to move this over here. Alright, first tank done. So now I just go around and do every tank like this. And that is what I'm going to do between episodes here. I'm going to finish this, so next episode, like I said, hopefully we can finally get into building our factory, or I should say, furnishing our factory, or whatever you want to call it. So we can start, you know, getting the ore processing, or the comb processing, I should say, going. And I kind of wish this had a small inventory, so I don't need to put a chest every time. but apparently there's nothing I can do about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We got armor. We got fun little train thing going. We got our tanks, and also we got the factory hooked up with the ME system, so that is ready. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.